after the storm is over, it is Law Nation and my brother from another mother. AOC, what's good with you, bro?
Man, nothing much. I feel much better now that one of those NFC East teams at the playoffs.
Man, I was thinking, you saw me off roll. I like, what I'm gonna say with the intro? And I said, after the storm is over, but it's still a little debris.
It's still a little bit of debris flying around, man. We got some after currents coming in a little bit. And we need Patty to take care of it. Patty, we need you to take care of business, dog.
You got one job to do, man. And
for real.
I got my hat that I'm going to pull up, I'm going to see if that curse still work, Now,
how was the weekend, though, man? How was it watching the games? How was the weekend?
Man, it was bittersweet because on one end, I was looking at the Eagles, and I'm sitting there saying, if my better mind and my better judgment will lead me to the right pathway, they're going to win the game, because I know deep down in the hearts of hearts that Dan Quinn can't stop the damn run.
He still can't stop the run, bro.
It's a principle now. It's a principle.
It's part of his personality. It's part of his personality at this point.
Yeah. It's the scheme, man. He can have Reggie White. He can have Daniel Stubblefield. He can go get Charles Haley, all of the boys, Leon Lett. He still would not be able to stop the run because it's a principle now.
Right.
This is how they do things, man. When teams are decided to just run the ball, man, come on with it. That's why I'm looking at like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. Come on.
Bucky Irvin.
Bucky Irvin, they extended this crazy pathway, AOC, that everybody like to bring up. Well, since this person was playing in the league, the Cowboys only have 2 playoff wins, or this person had the same amount of playoff wins, and they don't talk about the other kid that's down there in Arizona land. What's his name?
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray did a damn thing.
Herb, and all of these boys get passes, but they always
and these are first rounders you talking about. Yeah. We our guy's a 4th round pick, right? Those are first rounders. Speaking of our guy, I'm glad you threw it a perfect alley-oop. Hey, you pulled the Dwayne Wade for me. Hey, man, speaking of that, this was the perfect weekend for me as a petty, hating-ass Dallas Cowboys fan, a petty, hating-ass Dak Prescott supporter. Brother, we made it out alive, Law. We made it out these playoffs unscathed, because at this point, no other quarterback gets a leg up on Dak, bro. If Jared Goff would have won a Super Bowl, oh, he's above Dak on the ladder. It's over with. Can't even bring Dak up with Jared Goff no more. Let Jaden Daniels get to the Super Bowl. Oh, he's the best quarterback in the history of the game. He's the best in the NFC East. Hey, let Josh Allen make it to the Super Bowl. Oh, we will never go hear the end of that, even though he getting backpacked by his running game too. Hey, man, as a petty Dak Prescott fan, bro, this is the best case scenario, because you got a quarterback that's been winning and the only person that's been winning the Super Bowl, and you got another quarterback that's been getting carried by his defense in his run game. So, hey, man, I'm happy, bro.
Hey, I'm like you.
I'm happy, bro.
Yeah. I forgot to even talk about Josh Allen, and I thought that he had a phenomenal season. Shout out to Joe Brady.
Yeah, he did.
I think that he should be getting some type of considerations. But look, as far as a head coach, or at least for an interview, here's what I'm gonna say. I think his name is Daniel Jeremiah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. He talking about, boy, it's gonna be fun to watch the Super Bowl. But now we need to get Josh Allen more weapons. I'm sitting there like, what? What? Did you see Cook? He was averaging 6.5 yards per rush.
Yeah, come on, man. And then he got good tight ends. He got good tight ends in Buffalo. Yeah. You got Amari Cooper out there, so they ain't like he ain't got no receiving targets you can throw to. Amari, he ain't Amari of old, bro, but he's still a good receiver. Amari's still a good receiver. You got young Keon out there. Yeah. I mean, they got some D's. They probably need another receiver. But outside of that, I mean, Buffalo offense pretty much is what it's going to be at this point, bro. We've seen them try to load up with a talented receiving core and go air raid. That don't work. So this current iteration of the Bills, they almost are what they are, bro. Because you don't want Josh Allen throwing it 40 times a game, so you don't go load up in the receiving game.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, come on with it. And I saw another post that people were saying that, hey, is it time to move on? It's been 8 years now. I think it was Rome who put out there that, hey, it's been 8 seasons.
For Josh Allen?
For Josh Allen. No ring. For Lamar Jackson. You know, 8 years. You know, and I'm just putting out this. We're not deflecting, y'all. We're not deflecting. We're pointing out. You know,
because Cowboys fans have a bad case of my team-itis. They only look at their team. They don't watch anybody else. They don't know what's going on with anybody else. They don't know the narratives of anyone else. So we're making sure that y'all know. That's it. And the narratives are, Dak ain't the only one that's going through what y'all seeing him go through, bro. That's the prevailing narrative of these playoffs right now. We didn't see anybody new get there. We didn't see a quarterback just drag their team through the playoffs and put on this Herculean effort like people think Dak's. Brother, we saw the playoffs play out exactly how the playoffs should play out. The team that played the most fundamentally sound football, that had the best run game and didn't turn the ball over is who wins. That's who wins, bro.
Yeah,
so
and I know you team offense though, bro. So you can push back if you want. We're finna see in the Super Bowl the number 1 defense versus the number 2 defense. Ain't that weird? And it's weird because people when they think of the Kansas City Chiefs, they think of high power offense or Pat Mahomes with his arm, but they fail to realize they've been the number 2 defense in the National Football League as a collective.
I think the last 2 seasons, their defense has been pretty much leading them, the Chiefs.
Yeah, and Chris Jones came out and said he always be on tears, man. That brother be crying. Hey, but man. Yeah, he's a passionate brother.
I love Chris Jones. Bro. As a football player, he got to be one of my favorite, one of the most underappreciated players in the league. But go ahead, bro. I just love Chris Jones.
No. He was just basically saying that Spags should get a head coach opportunity.
How has he not?
Right.
How has he not gotten a single bro?
See,
and you know what? Another Allen, bro. We about to put up 50 in this mug. Hey, man. So is Steve Spagnuolo not a good coach because no other teams are interviewing him for a head coaching job, Law?
Oh no, man. It's
because that show seemed like somebody that I know. You know, that's one of the main arguments people use against Brian Schottenheimer, ain't it? Nobody wanted to interview him for head coaching positions.
You finna segue into that. Okay.
Nobody wanted to interview Brian Schottenheimer for head coaching. Oh, he never got head coach. I know Steve Spagnuolo's been a head coach before.
Yeah, he's been one before. Yeah.
But he's one of the best defensive coordinators in the league with multiple Super Bowl rings. And he's not just taking head coaching interviews all over the place every season.
Right. You're right.
So is that really a true indicator of... Oh, and I can take it further. Let's go to the Cowboys. Everybody is dropping to their knees about Al Harris, Law.
Shit.
Everybody dropping to their knees about Al Harris. We crying because Al Harris is gone. Oh, why didn't the Cowboys interview him for a defensive coordinator position? Oh, we should have kept Al Harris in Dallas. Law.
Yellow.
Who else interviewed Al Harris for a defensive coordinator position?
I got something for you.
You nobody, baby.
Okay, interesting. So the same argument y'all use against Shotty, no one else wanted him. No one else wanted Al Harris as defensive coordinator either, but yet Cowboys fans was just, y'all belly aching about us not making him our defensive coordinator.
Well. Here's the thing with Shotty. You know, I think that it's not the sexy look, right? It's not the double glance. You know, when she walked by. You know, the first one you look, but when you glance again and stare, he's not that, right? Mm-hmm. But it could be the element of surprise. I've seen multitudes of people make cases like this right here, bro, that they say, well, look at the Eagles, Nick Sirianni. You know, he wasn't the beautiful chick, dare I say. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That everybody was saying, all right, cool, look at him. Look what he's going to do for the Eagles. So I'm not trying to compare the two, right? Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is that the philosophy, in order for Shotty to work here, I think that they're going to have to do something differently as it relates to free agency and this draft. You can't go say, okay, let's go draft a development player for year 1 and year 2 and 3, what have you, all the first 2 picks. No, I think that they need to get somebody that can be impact day 1.
And I agree with that. And I mean, I said this before, players make coaches. And that's the one thing that's the one thing you see across the league. All the Eagles and the Chiefs, just look at them, bro.
Right.
Those teams invest in their roster every year. The Chiefs have a little bit of turnover every single year where they'll go out and get a couple of pieces for the defense to plug and play. They'll draft Patrick Mahomes and Xavier Worthy. They'll go out and trade for a DeAndre Hopkins. They'll go out and sign a Kareem Hunt mid-season. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's not even about the coaches anymore. Like, people are almost overvaluing the impact any coach will be able to have just coming in here, because I don't think any coach is going to come in here and turn these lemons into lemonade. Not at all. Yeah. At least not lemonade with some sugar in it. It's going to be tart as hell, boy.
Tart.
Real tart.
Yeah.
So it's all about what the front office is doing, like you're alluding to. It's about the front office going out and being able to identify, hey, man, we have a weak D-line. Let's stiffen that D-line up. Hey, if we're going to bring Eberflus in here, he loves 3 techs. We need to go get us a real 3 tech. Hey, we need to go get us another receiver to open up the pass game a little bit. Hey, let's get a run. Jerry them are going to be the ultimate deciding factor in how this thing turns out. Once again, bro. So that's why I'm like, bro, let's get off the head coaching thing. Let's get off of being so down and out about the coach, because regardless of who the coach was, bro, they were still going to have to work within the confines of Jerry's structure. So it doesn't matter, bro. There is no coach out there that's just some magic cure-all pill. Maybe a Sean McVay. Maybe a Sean McVay is as close as you can get to someone that can just come in here and just absolutely squeeze every little bit of juice out this roster as you can.
And even he had to go grab a toy that he wanted, right?
Come on, man.
So with every coach, they're going to have their niche that they can do well at, right? And even with the Clapper, his number one thing that he started to do well at was finding offensive linemen, right? The coach before the Clapper, Wade Phillips, his niche was developing linebackers as well as defensive interior guys and these sorts of things. So every coach got their own way of benefiting or getting the most out of teams. So I had made a post earlier this past last week or what have you, and it said mediocrity at running back for or at run game for Brian Schottenheimer. And you said, "Law, I'm gonna get you, man." So we do know that Marty Ball was a run ball, right? And that's the offspring of Marty Ball is Brian. Break down the running backs that Brian Schotty had and the possibilities of going into this draft maybe or free agency and doing what's best for him. It's run game, right? How can we improve that? Expound upon that, bro. Because you're ready to go at me, man. You taking the gloves off.
Man. Law, you was out of pocket, Law. You was out of pocket, man. Law, you left out some of what you said, man. I was looking for the tweet. I was looking for the tweet because it was something inflammatory in there.
I do too much work for you to find that tweet. Though,
I was like, man, there's something inflammatory in here I need to address. I think you said his career has been, no, that's what it was. You said his career has been defined by mediocrity. And that point was what I wanted to really debate because I completely disagree. I completely disagree because when you say someone's career has been defined by mediocrity, you're talking about someone who hasn't experienced any success. You know what I'm saying? Who hasn't had any successful runs or hasn't done anything positive. When you say it's been defined by mediocrity, you can't say that when 2 out of 3 of his stops, he's had an offense that he's called as offensive coordinator. 2 out of 3 of his stops, he's had an offense that's been top 5 one way or the other, whether it's running the ball or passing the ball, bro. And on top of that, it's been with less than talent, both situations.
True.
The Jets, bro, are you really going out and putting your money on Thomas Jones?
Hey, Thomas
Jones was good, bro.
He was nice.
He He was good for like a season or two with the Bears before he went to the Jets. I give you that, but he wasn't no household name dude, bro. That was Julius' big brother, man. He wasn't no household name type of dude. And you got Thomas Jones and them dudes rushing for 1,600 yards combined and all this stuff. Come on, man. And then you go to Seattle and you dealing with a Chris Carson and a Rashad Penny, and that's kind of
one of them first round draft pick now. One of them first round now. But keep going.
Were they supposed to be that year though? People say that they were.
Draft, though.
Come on, man. Yeah. So you got Chris Carson, Rashad Penny, you got Thomas Jones. So Brian Schottenheimer clearly has a type of running back that he likes. And the type of running back that he likes are going to be those guys that are kind of thick-built, stocky, strong runners, good balance, yard after contact type of dudes. And Ashton Jeanty has the exact type of body type that pretty much all of Brian Schottenheimer's running backs have had. If you look at those dudes, Penny, Carson, Thomas Jones, they're all that 5'9",
he's a better version of all.
He's a better version of all those dudes, bro. So to answer your question, that's more so what that's the type of running back you're gonna see in this type of offense, bro. You're gonna see one of those north-south type of guys. You're gonna see someone that runs strong, a physical runner, sets the tone with the running game, because that's really what Shotty does with his running game. He beats up. He beats up on that front line with the running game. He beats them up, and then eventually it starts to crack. And then you start taking them shots over top because people bringing guys in the box a little bit to slow down the run game. And then you start hitting them with the play action passes.
Facts.
So that's kind of what you're going to be seeing. And they're going to want a tone setter. And that's why I'm 100% positive that we're going to draft a running back high. Whether it's first round or second round, it's going to be an Ashton Jeanty, a Caleb Johnson, or it's going to be like a bigger dude.
This draft, they should double dip. They should double dip in this draft. I might look at Hunter Luepke a little bit different now. I don't know whether or not the experiment with Deuce Vaughn is going to work here. But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because of the fact that you had Jeff Blasco teaching him things. And then, of course, Mike Solari. There's also, I think, a trend out there now saying no more Mike Solari. Get rid of him. No Mike Solari. Yeah, get rid of that Mike. Just one more Mike you got to
get rid of.
Get rid of Mike McCarthy and Mike Zim. Let's get rid of Mike Solari.
Nah, Solari became the offensive coordinator. I'll be out, Law. I'll be out with y'all. I'll be out with y'all then, bro.
Cowboys flag over here. Come on.
We're good, man. We're good. We're good on that.
Yeah. But to your rebuttal there, that's a damn good one. You know, Thomas Jones, the brother of Julius Jones, and Chris Warren and Penny, whatever that kid's name.
Rashad Penny.
Rashad Penny. Yeah.
None of these dudes are household names.
None of these dudes. So what I don't want the Cowboys to do is say, okay, when free agency hit, they go into this thing and say, we got Rico. We got our Ashton Jeanty at the house. No.
They better not.
You better go and give this guy, Shotty, real running backs. No offense to Rico and them, but give this man a real running back to see what he can do as a head coach, because all of this is beneficial, and I'm seeing what some Cowboys are doing, fans are doing, and some Eagle fans are doing as well. They are saying that Ashton Jeanty is not Saquon Barkley.
Oh,
come on!
I'm so glad. Go ahead, Law. Go in on that. Go in on it, bro.
Why we just can't do our own thing? Why everything got to be a comparisons and analysis? You know what I'm saying? Let him be our version of what we need to do with a running back here. It doesn't need to be compared to Saquon. Let Saquon do Saquon.
People don't understand evaluating players and what people are saying when they're like, let's go get our Saquon Barkley. People are not saying that Ashton Jeanty is a one-to-one comparison to Saquon Barkley. But what they're saying is Ashton Jeanty has enough elite traits for his position to where he can have a similar to or equal to impact on an offense. That's what people are saying. They're not saying he could be better than that Saquon. They're not saying he could be better than Jahmyr Gibbs. I hate that people are doing that, and they're almost using it as fuel not to want Ashton Jeanty. Because they like, no, why y'all comparing him to Saquon? Don't compare him to Saquon. And it's like, bruh, are you serious? Was Saquon Barkley being talked about like Eric Dickerson coming out of college? No, he wasn't, bro. Saquon was looked at. He was coming out of college. The most he was looked at as, oh, he's the best back in his draft. That's what people were saying. They're not saying, they weren't saying he was some generational back that was going to be on par with Barry Sanders. And they weren't saying all that. They said he was going to be a guy that came into the league and was going to be probably one of the best running backs in the league. Jahmyr Gibbs, that damn sure wasn't the narrative on him coming out of college. Why is it that now all of a sudden, since people have seen them have some success in the NFL, they completely forget that comp-wise and where they are, 1-to-1, when they were in college, coming out into the draft, Ashton Jeanty absolutely holds all the same traits and all the same interests that those guys did. So that argument kills me, bro. That argument kills me, bro.
Yeah, and I get it, man. You know, we've been at the bottom of the barrel as relates to going to the NFC championship game, and everything is such ultra negative. It doesn't matter what we say, bro.
It don't. And we gonna get it for being and we gonna get it for not being negative with them.
Right. It's just crazy, man.
We gonna get it.
Yeah, man. I'm disappointed in you, Law.
Come on, man.
I'm disappointed at AOC because all y'all do is kiss up to Dak Prescott. Even when we point out the facts, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, if you scan through all of the playoff games, there were no one-dimensional teams. You had the ability to either see good teams with defense or you seen teams that had the ability to run the ball. Now, it's quite funny that the Washington team, they were not able to run the ball. They were not able to run the ball, and it forced Jaden Daniels to get off of his marker and not look like the Jaden Daniels the week before and the week before that. So you got to run the ball, and shout out to him and all of his accolades and all of these
great
things.
Rookie season. Great rookie season. Nobody's hating on bro. Nobody's hating on him. He's gonna be a problem in the NFC East.
Yeah. You give him more and more weapons. Like
now he needs more weapons, like they say. Josh Allen. His weapons let him down. They turn that ball over, boy. But go ahead.
Nah. I'm just saying, I'm pulling that out. So if we want to win in the National Football League, we can still win with Shotty. Because let's be real. We seen, even though he wasn't calling the plays, he had something to do with the installments, and he had something to do with rapport and being with those particular players that's on this particular team that I've seen him go 12-5 being on his team. I'm not saying that he could walk on water, that he was the best thing since sliced bread, but if you fool around and have run game and you can get the play action back involved here, I've seen, like you said with Russell Wilson or Sierra husband, they were able to move the ball with Seattle land, and I think that Dak Prescott can do the same thing.
I'm just interested to see this press conference coming up, Law.
And
I know you're going to be live during it, and we're going to be going live after y'all done. But I'm interested to see this press conference coming up because I think that Brian Schottenheimer is going to turn a lot of people. I think he's going to turn a lot of people with his press conference, with his presence, with the way he carries himself, with how he answers questions, with how direct he is. He's a straight shoot. Bro, that to me, I am willing to go out on a limb right now and say I am more comfortable with Shotty being the coach than Mike McCarthy. I'm willing to go out on that limb and say that because I continue to have the question, if we had a different coach other than Mike McCarthy, I still feel like we would have went 12-5, but we may have been more prepared for those one or two moments in those games that lost us those games in the playoffs. We may have been more prepared to not come out and get absolutely blown out by the Packers. We might have been more prepared. So with the talent we had, with how guys were playing, because honestly, Dak Prescott, even last season, he was really putting a lot of Band-Aids over the warts on his team last year.
Facts.
So I'm very intrigued to see what a coach that's not insecure and walking around the building looking over his shoulders and afraid of people around him to succeed. I'm interested to see what that looks like, because I feel like Mike McCarthy was 100% afraid to see people around him succeed.
Right.
I think he was afraid to see his coaches under him look good because it threatened his job security. It threatened his standing with Cowboys fans. You know what I'm saying? He know that if Zimmer's calling that defense too well, people going to be like, why can't Zim just take over his head? Go fire McCarthy. Let Zim take over mid-season. You know, and Mike McCarthy operated like that. Yeah,
the conversation from the beginning, you know, even in 2021, we gave him a mulligan in 2020. But in 2021, and before that injury in 2020, people were just looking at the defense too.
Mm-hmm.
But in 2021, people were saying, hey, why do we even need Mike McCarthy?
Mm-hmm.
They gave Kellen Moore a nickname, Killing Moore. He said he's killing it, And you don't need a Mike McCarthy because he don't bring nothing to the table. And we were saying, no, he brings a lot to the table. But the problem is that interwar with the Cowboys is always a tangible thing here. It's always.
And we saw it on the field, Law.
Yeah, we saw it on the field.
I think we saw it. It's so obvious. I think we saw it with the play calling.
Right.
And just think about the 3 different versions of the Cowboys we've seen over the last calendar year. Right?
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Week 1 through 6 or 7, before pre-49ers game 2023, the offense looked a certain way. It was very regimented. It was very timing based. It was all about the receivers being at the right place on the field when the quarterback gets to the top of his drop. It was all very mechanical. And there was no room for error.
Right.
You get after week 6 or 7, you see the offense open up a little bit. You start seeing more motions. You start seeing guys running horizontally across the field because the easiest way to get open in the NFL is run across the defender's face.
Yeah.
You started seeing the offense kind of shift, and they had a lot more success. And then all of a sudden, at the beginning of this season, we saw the offense look the same as it looked at the beginning of last season.
Come on,
Why did I just lay that out? Could that have possibly been a symptom? And I'm asking you this, just your ability to kind of meta-analyze things. Could that have been a symptom of season started last year? Mike McCarthy wanted to try to run his offense his way for the very first time. We know that this was his first time being able to really take hold of that offense. He wanted to run his scheme, show what he could do. It wasn't working. Brian Schottenheimer pulled him to the side. Dak pulled him to the side. CD pulled him to the side. Hey, man, this ain't working. Can we make some tweaks? Can we do this a little bit differently? All of a sudden, boom, offense takes off. This season starts, Mike okay, y'all should be more comfortable with my scheme now so we can go back to what I want to do.
Well,
we can go back to what I want to do,
Yeah.
and that's why we saw the offense look exactly like it did to start last season because Mike didn't want the credit for what was going on with that offense to go to Brian Schottenheimer or anybody else. He didn't want it to go to. That's why we saw the offense look the same, bro.
Yeah.
That's where I'm kind of coming to, just based off of hearing the insecurity, because that to me solidified it. I know it's just reports, but it looked like it. Like it looked like it. As a person from the outside looking in, you could see the insecurity in Mike, bro. And he was never real complimentary of his. How many times have you heard Mike be super complimentary of any of his position coaches in Dallas?
None outside of Tozine, Jeff Black.
The guys he brought.
Yeah, the guys he absolutely brought in that probably would never have a chance anywhere else. You're right. Because at the end of the day, I think that Mike McCarthy was looking at this as self-preservation. He looked at this job as a situation whereas I got to do it my way to show you my value. Mm-hmm. And if I don't succeed, then I got to be willing. Yeah, down my own shield. And that's what exactly happened if we really look at it. He even agreed with the Joneses saying, I like Jalen Tolbert. I like Jalen Brooks. I think that going into another season, these guys should get their playing legs up under them. I need to find that clip when he said that. And also, he talked about he just always talked about self-preservation.
Yeah.
I don't think that he took any extreme risk because when you have a job on the line, he's in the lame duck season, either you're going to fight for everything or you're going to fold. And I think he folded.
I think he folded. And I think that the energy he carried himself with was reflective on the team during tough moments.
Yeah.
I think that insecure, soft, kind of mentally weak a little bit because it is mentally weak to be afraid of people's success around you. It is. Mm-hmm. I think that mentality showed on the team.
Right.
I think the air that he created in that locker room, as far as that air of distrust, it showed on the team. Those guys didn't trust each other. That's why we kept seeing dudes not being on the same page and people afraid to actually directly confront each other because there was no air of trust. There was no open communication tone set within the team, within that locker room structure, bro.
And you know how you can tell people when they lying? It's just like when Dak Prescott said, I would like for Mike McCarthy to come back on his own terms, right? Mm-hmm. And something around that way. I forgot the exact quote. Was it that the
Yeah,
exact
it was pretty much. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're pretty much spot on. Yeah.
And then Mike McCarthy ended up saying, "I am operating out of my
that's the most freedom I've ever had.
Yeah. So and I get it. He probably didn't have as much freedom in Green Bay because they did some crazy things as it relates to drafting and stuff like that. But come on,
bro.
We are able to see it in the quarterback who is as polished
in the building
as possible,
come on, bro,
sees it and go out of the whim, out of the area of the elements that he normally talks in, right?
He don't ever do car interviews.
Yeah, and he says that. And then you just say, okay, I'm going to take him up out of the car. There's a bus coming. I'm going to throw him in front of the bus.
Come on, bro.
I was all done with Mike at that point.
That's when I completely was like, oh, no. I think like the week or two before that, I was like, we got to get – no, I think when Dak said that, I was like, all right, Mike is human, y'all. We can't pitchfork him out of town, bro. Like, let's chill out. We can usher him out, but we don't need to pitchfork him out. After he did that, I was like, screw Mike McCarthy, bro. And how we felt. It's probably how the players felt when Amari got traded and Mike act like he had no clue that was going to happen.
Yeah, hey,
you know what I'm saying? It's probably how the players felt when they fixed the problems with the offense last season, and then Mike come back and be like, "Nah, we're gonna go back to doing what we were doing that didn't work at first." Right,
and then ultimately, if I had the owner, my boss, come out and say, "Yeah, I'm in a lame duck season, but we doing a soft rebuild," I'm sitting like, oh, you better extend me now.
No,
because you're doing a soft rebuild while I'm working here.
Real talk.
That's like having construction going on at your house and it's taking out all of your bathrooms. So you got to use your neighbor. Hey, can I use your toilet? Come on.
I got my own roll. No, for real, bro.
I got my own spray. Come on.
For real.
You shouldn't do no construction while I'm in the last end of my contract. So, no, it's going to be perceived value that I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But there's a lot of sympathy that other teams may give out, right? But we're saying that there's only one job left that's available, and that's the New Orleans Saints, bro.
And you know what? They just reported. The Saints just reported that they trying to fly out Kellen Moore. They trying to fly out to Philadelphia to talk to Kellen Moore Monday or today. So, I mean, even that job. Hey, Mike is about to lead the Cowboys and end up with no job.
No job, man. Hey. He probably come out on top, though, because last year and the last year before that, the year before that, Jason Garrett been making more money than him talking on the TV. His contract says $6.5 million. So,
man, Mike McCarthy, nobody want to hear that man talking, bro. We done heard Mike McCarthy talk for 4 years. He ain't said not one interesting thing, bro.
Just like anything.
Not for real. He ain't said not one interesting thing. And they got the Saints coming out. And, bro, this man, Terrence Parsons, man, you still going on this running back one stuff, bro. You still want to, bro.
What did he say? What
Come on, man. He talking about your running back one can be drafted outside the first round. It's about plan of attack, scheme, and production. Wide receiver 2 helps your 2 highest paid guys and the focal point of your team. Brother, a running back helps your 2 highest paid guys too, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. After watching these playoffs, there's no way I can just – if Jeanty is there, if Jeanty's there, man, we got to take him, bro.
There's only one guy that I would take over Jeanty, and his name is Ted. That's the only guy, because I'm thinking like, okay, maybe you get a Marion Hampton or the other kid, man, in this draft down the stretch. Mm-hmm. But you can't. What I'm saying is, y'all, hear me out, Cowboy Nation. Hear me out. Mm-hmm. If you go with Ted, a wide receiver in the first round, you for damn sure need to go with a running back in the second.
You have
Don't
to.
sell me no running back in the third, and we don't even have a 4th round draft pick. So it's either Ted I like Luther, but come on, man, give me Tet or
Yeah.
give me Jeanty,
Yeah.
and we'll have plenty, man. You know.
And I think one of those dudes gonna be there. I think just by
yeah.
looking at how the draft gonna fall, I think one of those guys are gonna be there. I wouldn't be surprised if Tet fell a little bit either.
Ooh,
I wouldn't be surprised.
It make
I
it
would be surprised if he fell
difficult
to us. and you know what? If you got Tet and Jeanty sitting there, and you still got Emeka Ibuka looking you in the face at 12, I ain't gonna lie. Trade back 2 spots. Get some more capital. Trade back 2 spots. You still get one of the guys you need.
Yeah, if tags are touching, and literally touching like this,
Yeah.
and you know somebody who's trying to move up to get like a defensive tackle or edge guy, and you say, man, my tags are touching, bro. I'm gonna slide back. That's how we got
For
Parsons.
real. For real, bro. For real.
Smitty was there, but we slide back. You know,
Get Micah.
Get Micah, which worked out for us, and it worked out for the Eagles both ways, bro.
Yeah. But either way, I think right now, the main thing we looking towards right now, bro, we got to fill these coordinator positions, Law. And Jerry got the whole, he said, put all them black folks on the bus and bring them to Dallas at what time. Let me get the Rooney out the way. No, for real.
He got the double time Rooney. And then Ed Warner messed up and said, yeah, Eberflus got the job, and then the NFL jumped on the line. So you mean to tell me you didn't do no interviews to no brothers?
Yeah.
Let me overcompensate this.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, they about to interview me. I got a letter to man.
Hey, that's so diabolical, bro. I seen them interviews, Law. I seen them interviews. I was like, bro, Jared diabolical for this. Jared diabolical for this because he knows exactly what he doing, bro. That man created an underground railroad straight to Frisco. And he said, oh, y'all come here. Bro, you know what? I don't like the Rooney Rule, man.
I don't, man.
Ethnic coaches getting used like condoms for that Rooney Rule, bro. Hey, for real, bro. Because the sad part is Chris Banjo, and I seen your video on that, by the way. Great video.
Appreciate it.
Chris Banjo and Andre Curtis are actually, to me, 2 legitimate candidates for the positions that they're interviewing. Special teams coordinator. I mean, if you lose John Bones Fossil, one of the best places to go to find your next special teams coordinator is one of the guys that's helped lead probably one of the top special teams units in the league with the Broncos, right?
Right.
So that's a real interview to me, but probably not for Jerry. Andre Curtis. He honestly got some pretty interesting skins on his wall. He done worked with some very, very good defensive backfields, bro. He worked with all those Legion of Boom dudes down there, bro.
Yeah.
So he, to me, is a very interesting choice for a defensive coordinator because just the teams he's worked on and the programs he's been around some good programs. And he does have that history with Schottenheimer. You know what I'm saying? They both worked in Seattle. But Jerry is diabolical for this because this is just straight up. This is just straight up. I'm just trying to get these rules out the way so I can hire who I want to hire, bro.
Yeah, so it's one of those things. Whereas if it's not genuine, don't
do it, bro. Like just don't do it because that's not helping anybody. That's not helping the dudes that's interviewing. Oh, they're getting reps in, man. For what? For what? To be a condom? To be a Trojan? Like what the hell?
Don't do us like that, man. You know, to get rid of the rule. You can't force people, man, to hire folks that they don't want in the building.
Real talk.
Especially if they are not genuine with it. Just like even with this channel, man, if y'all like this content and y'all support the content and y'all here genuinely, you know, do what you're supposed to do. Like and share. I shouldn't have to say that every day, right?
Right.
Because you genuinely wants to be here and want to see us grow, then you're going to put forth the efforts. Just don't be freeloading and eating your oodles and noodles and watching and then commenting on bad stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, come on, man. Like at least participate, man. Share, support us, man, because we getting it out of the mud, literally, man. You know, so I appreciate that. Yeah, keep the engagement up, y'all. That's what we need.
100%, man. And y'all be sure to check y'all on my channel. Y'all be sure to check out Law, man. Hey, I should see every time I go to Law stream, I should see everybody that's on my channel in his chat. Real talk.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about that. But man, we got some interesting stuff coming up this week, Law. I know we both about to get prepared for this interview coming up with Shotty. The coordinator hires should probably be done in the next day or two because I mean these recruiting games are coming up, bro. Like these recruitment events are coming up, and they need coaches. They need coaches to be able to tell them what kind of players they need, or what, you know what I'm saying. So those positions have to be filled in the next 24 or 48 hours or so. So we'll see what's going on with that. The Super Bowl, who you got? I already know who you got.
Ah, man, come on. AFC Law, baby. Literally.
Attack on Chiefs, baby. For real.
Attack on Chiefs, man. But look, every Super Bowl Pat Mahomes been in, I believe, he didn't help the Cowboys out.
Yep.
Every single one of them.
Yep.
He got silver and blue in his veins. He got the Dak Prescott. Y'all might not like Dak, but he do.
Yeah, right.
So he got the Dak Prescott jersey on up under his, and he helped us out, especially against San Fran, because, boy, that day, I'm sitting here looking at my brother who's a diehard San Fran, and he was talking about banging and nana ganging and stuff like that. I'm sitting there like, bro, man, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna disown you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, my pops is a diehard Niner fan, bro.
No.
Yeah, I'm talking about getting Niners gear every Christmas, all that, all the whole deal, bro. My pops is a diehard Niner, so you can only imagine. You can only imagine some of the dialogues that we done had, man.
No, you gonna have to give us the origin story, man, of you becoming a Cowboy fan one of these days, man.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Yeah.
It's that. Hey,
it all begins.
that honestly, my debates with him is part of the reason I started my platform, because I realized there's way too many people that looked at our team the way he do.
Yeah.
So I was like, hold on, bro. Looked at my corner, but he done changed his mind on Dak, bro.
Yeah.
Now he will say easy. He will go out his way to say he want Dak over Purdy right now.
Oh,
He'll
my
take
gosh.
Dak over Purdy right now.
Yeah. Attack on Dad. AOD. Shame on him, though. Still shame on him, though.
No, real talk.
Because I can't stand 19 of 94. You know what I'm saying? I still
bro.
get mad at that year when they PI'd my guy, Michael Irvin. But, it's always a pleasure talking to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
indeed, man.
And we appreciate y'all. Y'all know how we always in these things, man. We damn, I almost broke some shit.
The boys.
The same old Cowboys, man.
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
All right.
Y'all better
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Oh, shut up, my boy. Hey! I'm still them boys.